Okay, so I'm back. Again, good afternoon, everybody. I really appreciate you taking time out of your busy day to join us for our first Medisoft webinar of 2016. I do want to be respectful of your time, so we're going to go ahead and get started right away. So today's webinar is focused on optimizing patient payments using some new tools that are inside of your Medisoft software today. My name is Lloyd Morris. I'm with AVS Medical. And I have with me today Jim Ladwig. Jim is from a company called NextTrust, and NextTrust are the developers of the Bill Flash software and service. So Jim is going to be talking with us in just a couple of minutes. The reason for today's webinar is to introduce you to some tools that are currently in your Medisoft that you may or may not be familiar with. And what these tools are going to allow you to do are to easily and quickly get your job done, and will result in increasing the amount of your patient collections as well as decreasing the amount of time that it takes to get those patient payments collected. That's a pretty bold statement, but the reason that I can make that with confidence is we have a number of our Medisoft clients that use this, and to a person they all report the same thing, that when they give patients the opportunity to pay their bills online, they notice an immediate improvement in patient payments. So we're going to talk about that, as well as a couple of other features inside of Medisoft that will contribute to that. And then Jim is going to do a live demonstration of Bill Flash for us in Medisoft. And once he's done that, we'll have time for a question and answer period. And all told, I think this will take probably take about 30 minutes to get everything collected. So before I turn it over to Jim, I just want to talk to you about the suite of Bill Flash services that are in your Medisoft. As I've said, we're going to really focus today on online and in-office bill pay through their secure payment portal, which is called ePay. However, Bill Flash has some other tools that you can also use, and all of the Bill Flash tools can be used separately or they can be used together as a bundle. In addition to online payment, Bill Flash can automate the delivery of your patient statements, either a traditional paper statement, where they can send patient statements electronically, or do both. They also offer in-office payment, so either check or credit card. They can swipe a credit card, swipe a check, or process a check through their reader, and those payments go directly into your Medisoft software. And Jim will talk a little bit about that to you today. As I mentioned, we currently have a large number of our Medisoft users use these tools, and they all report the same thing. Once they start using them, they notice an immediate increase in the amount of money that they're collecting from their patients and an immediate decrease in the days outstanding of patient payments. So I don't want to get in between you and the demo of the Medisoft, so I'm going to go ahead and turn things over to Jim. Jim, let me make you the presenter here real quick.
Sounds good. Thanks, Lloyd. Yep, I'm here.
All right, I'm going to make you the presenter so we'll be able to see Jim's Medisoft. Okay, Jim, you just need to show your screen.
All right, can you see me?
I don't see you yet.
Make sure I have this. It says showing screen. Just have a Bill Flash getting you paid logo.
Yep,
got that up there?
Yep, you're up.
Wonderful. All right. Well, thanks, Lloyd. We're real excited to be working with you on this and show a little bit about what we can do with the Medisoft program. And I'm going to start this off, kind of talk through the flow of, your typical day in office. And one of the things, I'm sure you all are familiar with in the Medisoft program is office hours. And I don't know if you guys have seen this before or have used this function, but a question we often come up against is how do we, enter a balance in Medisoft when we haven't put the charge in Medisoft? And especially this comes up with copays. So McKesson has been so kind to build in a wonderful feature called prepay. So you can put prepayment amounts on a patient account. And you can do this right through the scheduler. and you can actually take a copay just by right-clicking, and then you select Enter Copay. And from here, you can see already we have an Office Pay button. So let's just put in, say, a $15 copay amount, and I'm going to change this. We'll just, for my Medisoft records, make that a credit card. All I got to do from this point is just click this Office Pay button, and it will take me right to Bill Flash. It'll open up the Bill Flash credit card processing, and I can take that card. Now, what I have here on my desk is it's a small USB credit card reader, and so I have a few things I can do. I can add some messages, some custom messages. I get these little question mark bubbles if I don't know what I'm looking at. This one's going to be internal. This one would be customer facing. Get some options, credit card. We can do a check. If you're on the phone with somebody, need to process a check, you can do that. Or even if you wanted to use our system just to track your cash and use it for payment receipts, that's great too, because you can email a receipt right from our system. I'm going to choose this as a walk-in. Now I get two options with this. One, I can swipe the card, or two, I can key in the information. So if I was on the phone with somebody, or maybe the card reader wasn't reading the card, maybe the card is damaged or something like that, you can hand key the card. But I have this card reader, so I'm just going to swipe my credit card. I just swiped it through my machine, and it's a real simple process. It's going to process that card, and it will give me the confirmation ID. So I know that card's been approved. There's my authorization. And then I can print the receipt, or I can email the receipt. Now this is going to happen several places in your Medisoft that you can do this. You can do it from charges and payments. You can do it as a deposit. There's a lot of different places that you can actually run a credit card right from the program. So if I want to email a receipt, if I had a receipt already stored in Medisoft, it would be bring that over. But in this one, I don't have one stored, so I could just enter it here. It's real simple. So now back in Medisoft, I'm done taking this payment. It's waiting for a confirmation. I just click yes. There it is. There's my confirmation ID stored in Medisoft, and it's going to be sitting on that patient's account waiting for you to then make that charge as a copay and then apply that payment from the prepayment. So really slick function. This is going to keep your office flowing. This could completely replace the card machine that you have. It gives you access to this from anywhere you're using Medisoft, or even anywhere you have a internet browser, internet connection. You can do that process. So that's, taking a copay from the front desk. Now, if let's just say you saw the patient, you've made your bill, and you want to send, you've applied to the insurance and you've got that back. Now you need to bill the patient. So Medisoft, in the main program here under activities, they've built in a lot of stuff right here just for us over here at Bill Flash. We've had a great partnership with them. I can get to a lot of functions in my Medisoft of the Bill Flash website. I can just go right there from here. And then I can also send statements. So right through your statement management, which I'm sure you guys are all used to using, I create my batch. I go to print my statements down here, and I get two options. One, I can send them via paper, or I can choose electronic, and they've already built in the templates for us, and I just click OK. Once I've done that, it's going to allow me to qualify that batch down one more time. So I get my qualifiers. I could do a chart range, date range, all these different things, which I'm sure you're used to. Click OK. And then Medisoft does the rest for me. It's going to send the files directly to Bill Flash, and it will be even so nice to even open up a web browser for me. It takes me right to my approved files screen in my Bill Flash account, and there you can see my Happy Valley Medical Clinic has two statements I just uploaded here at 12:40 Eastern Time. So I get a couple options. I can reject that. If for some reason I was expecting 200 and I only got 2, maybe I need to go back to those qualifiers and redo that. But that's okay. I could just reject it right off. I can approve it. If it looks great, I'm good to go. Hit approve. Those statements get mailed out the next business day. But again, I can come in here and I have a whole world of possibilities by clicking review. I can look at every statement. There's my patient, chart number. I even have some things I can edit, like my message lines. I can change color, delivery method. I could put this into edit mode and even change some of those things, change the group, delete ones off. So there's a lot of things. It's a good time I like to remind folks, we have a full training. You don't have to take this all in during the demo. So a lot of things you can do here to customize this batch before they hit the road. There's a statement. I can make changes here as well. View a print image of every statement that's going out. So this is a nice one too. So moving on, I'll close this all down. There's, like I said, there's a whole number of things you can do there. But when I'm done, again, I just click Approve Files. There's my statements, and then I confirm my approval. Confirm it, they get mailed out the next business day. Like Lloyd mentioned, we have the e-billing, which is our electronic statements. Those are just a simple email. They go out the same business day as you approve your files. We send them out in the evening. And those e-bills give that patient just some basic information. It's fully HIPAA compliant. There's no health data on that email. But it does give them the amount that they owe you. And it also gives them their chart number. And it gives them access to our site, My Provider Link. So they'll have a link on that statement where all they got to do is click that link, and it'll take them to our site, My Provider Link. This is a great site because not only can they view their statement from an e-bill, but they can also get to this from a paper statement. I'll show you an example here. One of our paper statements, this is a print image. I got my, right here where it says online pay. I can get to My Provider Link from here as well. I'll just breeze through a couple statement options. We got some color, different color options. But here's that e-bill. So then I have this link here on my email as well where I can view and pay my bill. So this is great because it gives them the access to make an account and view the full statement with all the detail, or they could come in here and just make a one-time payment. So if I'm going to make this bigger for you. If I'm a new patient and I I'm looking at my statement, I want to enter the document ID and the account number printed on my statement, I could begin and just make a payment. It's a real simple process. I can do a one-time payment, or I could make an account like I've already done here, and I could log in and actually start keeping track of my statements. This is great. If you send multiple statements, they're all going to populate right here. I can manage preferences. I can see the actual statement, view the print image of what was sent in the mail, just to double check if I needed to call and ask some questions. But then I can also pay that statement. So I make my payment. Here it is. I need to make a $20 payment. I can do credit card. I can do, if I do credit cards, it can ask me to enter my credit card information. Or I can do e-check. This is great. All I have to have is my routing and account number and the name on my card. Change that over to e-check instead of credit card. And then I can input my information and then print myself a receipt. Now, once that payment's been processed online, all I need to do is I can go back to my BillFlash account and I can run a report. That would be kind of the long way of doing things. I don't want to have to go to BillFlash and run reports to get those payments back in Medisoft. So what Medisoft has actually done is right here in the deposit list, they've built in, just for us, this ePay button. I don't know if you can see that down there at the bottom. And this ePay button brings in those ePay transactions right here. And all I got to do is select that transaction. I'll just click on it here, and I get everything. This was a payment made online via a check. I got my confirmation ID, and I can come in here and apply that payment. Just click Next, and I got $71 I need to put on this patient Sammy, his account, and I can apply it as I need it. The nice thing about this kind of semi-automatic way of applying patients, if you need to apply a payment to an older balance, you have the freedom to do that. It's not going to auto-post it for you. You still have a level of control where you can go in and apply that payment the way that you would want to apply that payment. So patients easily can make payments to you right online, 24/7. All you need to do is go into that deposit list, click that ePay button, and bring those payments back in. And then the next thing I want to show y'all is here, if I'm entering a transaction, say I'm in the transaction screen, I get the same access to the Office Pay button. You can see it's grayed out down at the bottom, but let's just say I pull up Dwight's account again. And if I'm going to take a new, make a new charge here, so let's just make this a copay. You see how I got that Office Pay button to light up? Well, all I got to do, enter the amount, click that Office Pay, and I can go through that same process of running this payment right at billflash.com, and then it's going to bring in the confirmation number and everything, actively syncing with Medisoft. So the full integration with Medisoft is great. It avoids key errors. It keeps your processes streamlined so that you can just keep moving forward and easily collect your patient responsibility. Now I want to take you back real quick just to wrap things up here, back to BillFlash and show you our standard reports. Here you can see the statements that I've sent. I'm in my reports and standard reports screen. I can see every payment that I've made, or every statement that I've sent, sorry. I can even go in here and look at a specific statement on a specific date that I've sent, and we're going to store these statements right here at billflash.com for a full year. Also, I can run payment reports. I'm looking at payment transactions. Our payment reports, we focus solely on healthcare with this system, so it's going to give you a lot of great data that is relevant to a healthcare provider. Here it is. I have my payments. Look at the one I just took here for Dwight. I have the account number, my confirmation ID, the method of payment. So I have all this information here so I can go back and reconcile and make sure things are taken the way that they need to be taken. Here we see this third one here. That was an online payment. We saw that come right in through the deposit list, $71. I can even take a look here and see exactly what statement that Sammy was looking at when he made that payment for $71. So again, BillFlash has a very powerful reporting, and it's just tailored to the healthcare provider. Now we all know that Medisoft, you may not have access 100% of the time. If you still needed to take a payment, or if you needed a credit card processing system that was independent of Medisoft, maybe if you're selling product in your store or in a store attached to the office, well, you can come here, initiate a payment, and you can take a payment, credit card payment for any reason. If you wanted to attach it to a patient account, you could, or you can link it or proceed without linking it to any type of payer and just select where you want that payment to go. So very flexible processing on our end. We have many ways that we can accomplish the same tasks so that we can fit within the process that you have. We work hard during our implementation. We set you up with a implementation specialist who will tailor the process to what you need, and if there's different ways of doing things, they're going to ask you some questions about what you do, what your process is, so that we can make BillFlash best work for your office. So thanks again to Lloyd, and I know he had some more. I'll turn it back over to you guys.
Hey, thanks, Jim. I appreciate that. You can just say that once you keep yourself as the presenter in case we get any questions.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So again, thank you, Jim. That's great. We're happy to take any questions that you have. If you have a question and you'd like to ask that, unfortunately, the way this service works is I can't hear you, but you can click the little hand button there on your screen, and that will indicate to me that you'd like me to unmute your phone line, which I can do one at a time. Or there's a question option down there. You can type a question in and we can answer it over the webinar. So we'll hang out here for a few minutes. If anybody has any pricing questions, we'll be happy to answer those. Their fees are very affordable, particularly their credit card processing fees. They're traditionally lower than what most people are paying now. And they also have a free trial, so we can get you signed up with this. You can try it out for up to 60 days at no cost. So please let us know if you have any questions about any of that. Yeah, if on your control panel there you see the little hand icon, if you click that, I can unmute your phone line. Okay. So yeah, so somebody has typed a question in here asking if we can email the credit card fees. Yes, I will send that out. Andrea, I'll send that out to you. And in fact, what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and send it to everybody here that's on the call today, so you have a copy of that as well. Thank you for your
Lloyd,
question.
if you'd like, I could take a minute and just show the pricing sheet.
Yeah, go ahead and do that. That's a great idea.
No problem. Yeah. I'll open that up, and then we can get this to y'all. Pull this up here. So this is the bill flash pricing sheet, and as Lloyd mentioned, we have free services for the first 30 days, and it can actually be even more than that depending on the time of month that you sign up. The online e-bill, this is the email notifications I was mentioning. E-bills are sent. If you're already sending a printed statement, they go for free. So this is great. If you want to get two methods of billing for the price of one, send the e-bill right along with that printed statement. And then you or the patient can actually opt out of the printed statement, and you can save a bundle just by going 25 cents just for that email. So you're cutting USPS right out of the mix and saving quite a bit there. The print and mail service, this is our professionally printed bills. They include a return envelope as well as the tear-off top coupon. Our statements are perforated for easy tear-off. And then, like I said, that optional e-bill. They're 26 cents plus the cost of a stamp, which right now is 49 cents. And then we have a bundle service credit. So what that means is anytime somebody makes a payment, you get 10 cents off of this statement cost. So when you bundle our services together, you really get a great package. It cuts your statement cost way down. Additional pages are 17 cents. Color is a penny. Our national change of address database link is 50 cents. This is awesome. Instead of getting that statement back in the mail, what we do is we readdress it and send it out for 50 cents. And then you also get an email to update your Medisoft so that you have that information for the next go-round of billing, which hopefully there isn't because they've paid it, right? Online e-pay, that's our credit card and e-check processing through our patient portal or through our payment portal. These are our credit card rates. It's 2.86%. That's an online non-qualified rate. It's a very competitive rate if you've been looking at credit card processing rates recently. 2.86 for a non-qualified rate is very nice. 19-cent transaction fee. And then you can also do the e-check like we saw right through the portal, 39 cents. There's no percentage, it's just a flat 39. But also keep in mind those go down because you're getting 10 cents over here to help you pay for your statements. The qualified, these are your in-office pay rates, your qualified transactions. Those are going to be in-office. You swipe the card like your HSA, your debit, your basic credit cards. Those are 1.37% with a 19-cent transaction fee and that 10-cent credit over here. Non-qualified, those are going to be corporate cards, anything you had to hand key or rewards cards. Again, we're back to that 2.86, the same as our pay portal, 19-cent transaction fee. American Express, it's going to be different depending on when you sign up and whatever American Express wants to charge at that time. They are set by American Express. We don't have any batch fees. We don't have any PCI fees, no monthly or annual fees associated with our credit card processing. So it is all month to month. There are no contracts, and even like Lloyd said, during that introductory promotion, you get free credit card processing. So that's a big deal. We do have an account fee for your Bill Flash account. After the first 30 days, it is $17.50 per month. If you are a billing service, this is great. You can have an unlimited number of sub-accounts at no additional charge. So if you bill for multiple offices, it's just $17.50 for the one Bill Flash account. Or if you have multiple providers in your office that you bill for, you can have them all under the same Bill Flash account. Again, free service is 30 days. There's no contracts. If you want to give us a try, you let us know. If you don't like it after 30 days, then just let us know. You won't hurt our feelings, but we do have great success. Those who do sign up, we have some wonderful success stories and references. I'm sure Lloyd could tell you all about them. So if you want us to provide a reference, please reach out, and we'll definitely do that.
Thanks, Jim. I did have another question came in over the chat window, and the question was about the card reader and check reader. Is it easy to install? Who does the installation? I'll let you handle that, Jim, I think, but basically it's plug and play. It's a USB connection. You plug it in. Yeah, go ahead.
Absolutely. It's probably the easiest to install. If you can plug in a thumb drive, you're good to go. Windows automatically reads it, and it's done through a web browser, so it's absolutely probably the simplest install you'd ever do. That does bring up a good point. The card reader is optional. You don't need it if you're going to hand key payments or use the pay portal. But if you do want that, just to make sure we clarify on the pricing, it is $89. It's a one-time fee, and you own it. So if you do purchase that card reader, the installation is a breeze. Plugs right into any USB port, and it sets itself up. However, we do have our trainers and our support team ready to help you with any questions. And generally what we like to do is during the training, we have you plug it in, and our guys will make sure that it is processing correctly. We'll run a test payment and walk you right through the whole process.
And all of that training is free, so there's no cost for the
Absolutely.
training. Another question came in over the chat window here, Jim. How long do you keep this? How long do you keep the statements and payments on record?
The payments are going to be there indefinitely. The statements are on file for 12 months. We've had some requests. If you want us to keep them on there longer, just let us know. But by default, everybody seems to be pretty happy with 12 months. But we can increase that if you need to keep those statements on file with us. And that gives you access to them, and then it also gives your patients access to them for that duration.
And I think, one of the really nice features in Medisoft, I don't know if you had a chance to show it, Jim, was the view statement button. But I know a lot of times when practices get a call from a patient and the patient has just gotten the mail and they've opened up their statement, it's not uncommon for them to pick up the phone and call the office and say, I'm looking at this thing and I see on line 3 this comment about the insurance and what does that mean? In Medisoft, there's a button you can click right in Medisoft that says View Statement, and it automatically pulls up a copy of that statement right for you to look at. So Jim's going to show us that View Statement button. So if he clicks that, so patient's on the phone, they're asking a question, you click that button, and it launches that statement. It normally launches it.
Type in the patient name or account number, however you want to look them up. Most folks will just do the name. That's the easiest. So I have Barbara Black. Here's the statements. And I have actually sent 3 statements to Barbara Black, so they are all right here. And I can just tab right through.
Great. Thank you, Jim. Well, we are right up on the 1 o'clock. I'd hope to keep this to 30 minutes, so we're happy to answer more questions. But that is our webinar today. Thank you all for joining. We really appreciate your time. We know it's valuable, and we hope we imparted some good information for you today. Jim and I will hang out here for a few more minutes if there's any questions. If you'd like to get signed up on a trial, please shoot me an email or give me a call. We can do it right on the phone, and as Jim said, there's no cost to try it out, and you can cancel with an email. Thank you, everybody.
Hey, Lloyd, it does look like there's a hand raised.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
I'm not sure how to do that, though.
Okay. Oh, hang on one second. Hi, Jashri. Jashri, you may be talking, but I don't know. I'm not sure whether you're on the phone or whether it looks like you might be on the computer, talking through the computer. We can't hear you. Jeshri, can you possibly click the question link down below and type your question in there? Yeah, Jeshri, I apologize. It looks like I can tell from my display that you may be talking, but it's not coming through. I think you're connected to your computer. Okay, I see your question.
Oh, good. We got it answered. Okay.
Oh, we did? Did you see it, Jim?
Yeah, she said she's wondering about pricing. Great. Awesome.
Oh, okay, great. Okay, great. Sorry about that. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. We will send a recording out of this webinar by no later than Monday, so everybody will have a copy. Thanks once again, everybody. We really appreciate it. Bye-bye now.